Hello everyone and welcome back to Punisher's Paintball YouTube channel. Today we have this very special video. We are doing a comparison of the best paintball guns under $600. If you guys like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media platforms. And if you like any of these markers, they're available at punisherspb.com. Alright guys, so here we are. We have a variety of different paintball guns. These are all electronic paintball guns and they are going to come in at no more than $600. We actually have them in ascending order of value, so the Dye CZR is going to be the cheapest and the Eclipse Etha 2 is going to be the most expensive, and we're here to do an unboxing video of all four and explain some of the differences, and then basically I'm going to judge which one I like the most based upon overall value and features and all that stuff. So needless to say, we're going to set these other ones aside here for a minute. Alright guys, so first up we have the Dye CZR. This comes from Dye Paintball. This is their entry-level electronic speedball marker. And overall, it's basically been a change of pace from the Rise to the Rise Max and now the CZR. So as you can see, it comes in this plastic box here. When you open the box, you immediately get exposure to the paintball marker. As you can see, I'm gonna tilt that up a little bit so you guys can see it. We have the gray blue here. It's also going to come with a warranty card and a nice little manual, color manual, so that's nice. Underneath the foam here, you're going to get a two-piece 14-inch barrel that comes stocked with this marker, which is nice. A little loud, need to put some lube on that. As well as a barrel cover, the battery, which is actually outside of the marker, which is an ingenious idea. As you guys may or may not know, I think that's a good idea. Dye does that with all their paintball guns. A small thing of Dye lube, and then parts kit, colored O-rings, which is a nice feature of the CZR, as well as Allen keys. The colored O-rings is really nice because it's going to be very easy to identify if you need to service anything with the bolt system. On the CZR, it's going to be very simple to repair that, which is a nice feature. Moving on, the Dye CZR is a combination of aluminum with plastic composite. The CZR has a plastic composite trigger frame, does have a metal trigger, which is nice, and then it has a plastic composite locking feed neck, which is nice that it does have a lever feed neck. Barrel overall is very nice. It's basically a autococker threaded 14-inch, very similar. It's the core barrel system, but it's very similar to the UL barrel system. Overall, I like the CZR. It does come with the UL frame. It has an LED in the back, and then it has an on-off ASA. So this marker is going to come in at a price point of $375. It's going to be the cheapest option out of these. And overall, CZR is a good option. I would say, you know, there are some small quirks to it. First off, plastic composite, and then there is no toolless bolt assembly, so you actually have to use an Allen key on the back of the marker to access your bolt system. And overall, like, the CZR has an interesting shot. It's a lot less snappy, more of a kind of spool valve operation when it comes to how it shoots, and it's going to shoot 10 balls a second. You're going to have different rates of fire and firing modes available to you with the CZR. Next up, we have the Empire Mini GS, which is going to come in at a price point of $399.95. As you can see here, it's going to come in a very similar box to the CZR, so nothing new there. You're going to open up the box. It does come with a quick start manual similar to the CZR. Comes with some silica packets. Keep it nice and fresh. And there's the Mini GS. Similar to the CZR packaging. Once again, you're going to take the top portion off. It's going to give you access to the two-piece Empire driver barrel system. And then two other things that is going to come with the Empire Mini GS straight from the factory is a parts kit, so you're going to have some extra features there, the detents, extra O-rings, extra screws, as well as a tub of lube, Dow 33 lube, and then you're going to have an Empire branded barrel cover. I like to mention that the barrel cover for the Dye CZR is not branded. It's just kind of like a little quirk of mine, but needless to say, not a big overall problem with the CZR. All right, so moving on to the Empire Mini GS. Mini GS is going to come in at $399.95, like I had said. Does offer that 14-inch two-piece driver barrel system, so overall barrel system between the CZR and the Empire Mini GS is going to be very similar. One feature that's going to be different between these two markers is that the Empire Mini GS comes with a full aluminum construction, which is really nice. The GS, the Mini GS, has this rubber foregrip, which is going to need 4 Allen screws to get out to access your 9-volt battery, very similar to the 3 screws on the CZR to access your 9-volt battery on the CZR. Barrel detent, the detents is going to be very simple to access on both sides, whereas on this, the CZR does feature the 4th gen I-pipe, which is kind of a unique feature to the Dye. Another thing is very simple maintenance on the bolt system of this. I'll actually show you the bolt system because between the X 2.0 and the Mini GS, they're very similar. But with the Mini GS, you're going to have to take an Allen screw out in order to access your bolt system. Overall, feels very good in the hands. This is probably one of our most popular sellers because of the reliability and the shot quality. We do have some other videos out there if you guys want. Check out the GS shooting video compared to the Etha 2 shooting video. Overall, they shoot very good. They can shoot brittle paint. They shoot efficiently. And they're very simple to work on. There's not much to the bolt design. Down here you have the regulator bolt system, or the regulator, excuse me, I don't know why I said regulator bolt system, as well as a gauge to figure out where your operating pressure is. And overall, the Mini GS is just bulletproof and very good option for that $399.95 price point. The next up in ascending value is actually going to be the Planet Eclipse Etha 2. Planet Eclipse Etha 2 is offered at a price point of $489.95, which is really nice. As you can see here, it comes with this cardboard box. A different feature with the Planet Eclipse Etha 2 is that if you take the box away, you actually get a hard case with the Planet Eclipse Etha 2, which is a really, really nice feature. It's actually a defining feature of the Etha 2 compared to the other markers in our comparison. I'm going to set this over here so it's a little bit less out of the way. All right, so opening up the Etha 2, nice metal zippers. They don't break, which is very nice. And we're going to open up, as you can see here, it's going to have all the different kinds of features or all the different things that you're going to need. The Planet Eclipse barrel cover, a full color manual, which is extremely nice. Just adds to the value of the overall gun. You're going to have a 2-piece shaft barrel system, and then set of Allen keys, as well as an entire spare parts baggie. Planet Eclipse does an excellent job detailing every single thing that you need to replace on every part of the gun can be identified in the manual, and then you can actually go over to your parts kit and figure out which exact part that is, because every single baggie is labeled. And then you get probably the most grease out of any of these markers with the Planet Eclipse Etha 2. Moving on to the actual gun, 2-piece barrel design is autococker thread. The Etha 2 also has some unique features to it. So another nice thing is that you can actually use the pails loader system with the Etha 2, which is a pneumatic hopper design, or pneumatically powered hopper that the feed neck talks to the pails loader and agitates the paintballs. We've actually tested it here in the store. There's a video on the channel. And we are basically able to consistently get about 10 balls a second from the pails loader system. And then obviously if you want to, you can slap a different loader on it if you want to. Some other nice features is that there is it's longer in the hands, it's more ergonomic in the hands. It's actually completely plastic composite. So there are metal parts to it, but the outer shell is completely plastic composite. The only thing that's going to be metal is the ASA in the barrel, and then inside the actual shell of the bolt is metal, but then the outer portion is plastic composite. What's nice is you can upgrade this and get different body designs offered by Inception Designs that are metal. So if you don't like the big and bulkiness of the plastic composite, you don't really have to mess with it. Eye covers are going to be accessed by an Allen screw on each side, and then you can actually unscrew the Eclipse Etha 2 to access the very infamous gamma core by simply unscrewing the bolt cap here in the back. So it is a toolless design. It is can be a little difficult to unscrew that, but there's your gamma core. Gamma core has been proven to be extremely reliable, consistent, and all of that. So just a great bolt design. Then another nice thing compared to the CZR is the CZR is the only one with the macro line. This is going to be a gas through grip, just like the Mini GS. And then another defining feature of the Etha 2, besides the gamma core and the pails, is that it does have a POPs ASA. All of these are going to have on-off ASAs, but the important thing is that this takes a 9-volt battery and can be toollessly accessed. So just pop this out here. This pops out of the bottom of the foregrip, and then boom, there you have it. There's your 9-volt battery. It simply goes back in. This pops in like that, and you're ready to go. So it's very, very simple. Field maintenance is going to be very, very simple on this marker because of the toolless bolt design as well as the toolless battery design. So that is a very nice feature of the Etha 2. All right, guys, so last but not least, we have the Empire Axe 2.0. So this is going to be the big brother to the Empire Mini GS. This is going to come in at a price point of $529.95. Bunch of different colors. One thing I'd like to mention with the Etha 2 is that it has 4 colors. You get a bunch of different color options with the Mini GS. Quick start guide, very similar to the Mini GS. The packaging is going to be basically the exact same, so I'm not going to go over it twice. It's going to come with the same 2-piece barrel design as the Mini GS. So we're going to put this together here for you guys. I really like the driver barrel system. It's got spiral porting. Overall, design-wise, it just looks nice, and sound signature on it's going to be very good. So we're going to set this box over to the side. For $529.95, I wish that it came with a case. All right, so here we go. We have the Axe 2.0, full metal construction, similar to the Empire Mini GS, 2-piece barrel system. So really, from a functional standpoint, it's extremely similar to the Empire Mini GS. $400 for the Mini GS, $530 for the Axe 2.0. What's the difference? Big thing is that you're going to have a toolless bolt removal here. So there's a little pin right here. You press that, and you can pull out the bolt system to access the bolt system. As I mentioned with the Mini GS, extremely simple to maintenance this. You're just going to pull this, a couple O-rings on the bolt guide, and a couple O-rings on the actual bolt. You're going to maintenance those, wipe those off, put fresh lube on them, and then very simple to just pop this back into place. And there you go. That's it with the bolt system. Another nice thing about the Mini GS is that it is a little bit more elongated. So although there is no gap between the trigger frame and the foregrip, you do have that really nice feature of it being a little bit longer. So if you're a bigger guy, it's going to be very simple, or it's going to be much more ergonomic in the hands compared to the Mini GS. If you're a younger user that's smaller, I definitely recommend the Mini GS. Mini GS size, but if you want the extra features, basically what you're getting for the $130 is the toolless bolt removal as well as the elongated features. So other features of the Axe 2.0, it's going to have the regulator system down here, 2-piece barrel or 2-finger design there. Very simple to change out triggers with this right here. It is not toolless on the battery design, so that is definitely a game changer compared to the Etha 2. And then overall shot, it's going to be very similar to the Mini GS. Like I'd said, it's going to be extremely reliable, extremely consistent. It's going to shoot very well. The axe has been a platform that's been used since the early 2000s range, or I should say late 2008, 2009 was when the original axe was introduced. Another nice thing is, if you want an OLED screen for this is the one of the only markers besides the Mini GS that you can put what's called the Empire Redline board in, for an OLED display to be able to adjust all your different settings. Otherwise, you're using an LED display, as all these other markers are offered. All right, so that's the basic information between all four of these markers. So now we're going to rank them and give you guys our personal opinion on what is the best bang for your buck out of these four markers. Without a doubt, the Planet Eclipse Etha 2 wins it when it comes to the overall value and overall performance. The Etha 2 is more elongated in the hands, so it's going to feel excellent in the hands. It does offer that pails opportunity. If you don't want to spend a lot of money on a electronic loader, you don't have to. You're still going to be able to achieve rates of fire of close to 10 balls a second with the pails loader, and the pails loader is only going to be around $18. The Pops ASA is a very nice ASA. It's metal construction, so is the barrel. And the Gamma Core is featured in many of different Planet Eclipse's guns, including the CS2 Pro and the G-Tech 170R, which are their higher end guns. So you know that you're getting top level performance, operating pressure of 135 PSI. It's going to be efficient, it's going to shoot brittle paint well, and overall shot quality is just going to be good. It does have this nice LED display, but the big thing for me is that it's cheaper than the Axe 2.0. It feels better in the hands than the Axe 2.0 because of this elongated feel. The Gamma Core bolt system is definitely a defining feature. Overall, the Etha 2 just feels better in the hands because of this elongated feel. The Gamma Core bolt system has been tried and true. It comes in a price point of $40 cheaper than the Axe 2.0. The only thing that I would say is that, it doesn't have the aluminum construction compared to the Axe, which is definitely a downside. It's a little bit bulkier in the hands. It could be a little bit heavier, but quality-wise, it's very nice. And last but not least, you are getting this case as well as the color, signature color, full-size manual, and you're getting better spare parts and better lube and Allen keys and such with the Planet Eclipse Etha 2 compared to any of these other markers. Number 2 on our list is going to be the Empire Mini GS compared to the Axe 2.0. Although it is not toolless and although it is smaller than the Axe 2.0, it's also $130 cheaper. You're still getting the same barrel and you're still getting the same feed neck, and overall you're still getting the actual same feel. You can still upgrade the Mini GS with the Redline board if you want the OLED features. And what is kind of interesting to me is that there is a pressure gauge to tell you the operating pressure on the Mini GS, whereas the Axe 2.0 does not feature that. So Mini GS comes in as our second pick. Third pick is going to be the Empire Axe 2.0. The elongated feel is nice. It's still going to have the two-piece barrel system, the locking feed neck, and then the toolless access to the bolt design is very nice, but it is coming in at the most expensive out of these four options. Another nice feature is that all these, the Axe 2.0 and the Empire Mini GS is going to have many different many different color options, as well as the CZR is going to offer many different color options. CZR is going to be on the last of our list out of these four options. It has a really nice barrel system. It has a really nice shot quality. But it does have some plastic composite parts, which is annoying. There's been some questionable reliability issues with the overall CZR over periods of time, causing leaks, causing bolt stick, etc. The UL frame is a really nice frame. It's probably the most comfortable. But at the same token, with the ergonomics, you do have this Mac line, which is the only one out of these four that is not a gas-through grip. And then you do have this on-off ASA, which is nice, but it's probably the most cheap out of the four. But with that said, it is coming in at the cheapest price point at $375, and it's still a good option if you're interested in one of these guns. So with that said, guys, that is your option. Best paintball guns under $600. I hope that this video helped you guys. If you are interested in the market with any of these 4 guns, you're not going to go wrong with either one, any 4 of them. But overall, they are great options. Etha 2 takes it, in my opinion. With that said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we're bringing you more content similar to this, and we will see you guys next time.